Good afternoon everyone, how are you all? There is a lot of people on today. Have you been waiting for me? It's lovely to see you all. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, my name is Tony Darroch and I'm a guest presenter on Create and Craft, and I love anything to do with crafting. So it could be picking up that paintbrush, it could mean die cutting, couldn't get my words out there, stamping, colouring, all the stuff that you guys do at home as well. So hi Ruth, Paul, Angela, Jan, Anne, Amanda, Chris, Tracy, Shirley, Maxine, Heather. Whew, there's lots of you today. So in today's studio we are going to be visiting the next Craft Academy stamp, which is super exciting, and from looking at all your comments this morning, or should I say on here right now, you're all getting your goodies from the show. How cool is that? How quick was that? Well done Create and Craft, you know, give credit where credit's due. They've not been getting it right of late, obviously due to the current situation, but they did really do well this time, so well done Create and Craft. If you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to click the subscribe button and don't forget to click the little HD button. That will give you a better viewing experience if it's a little bit jumpy or maybe a little bit behind and things like that. And after the live show, if you can pop a comment on the video itself after we've finished the show, that would be appreciated. That gives us a wider reach, which in turn means more people tune in every single day. So I think we range from viewers, we range from 100 right up to 300. I think we've peaked at 350 at one point, something like that, and it's a lovely place to come if you are wanting some inspiration. So please do come and join in the fun, and if you don't like hearing my voice, you can mute me, you can fast forward me, you can rewind me, you can do as you please. Pick up the inspiration you need, take it with you and do as you please. The videos never go away, they're always there for you. So in today's studio, I'll just move this coffee here. In today's studio we are using the lovely Wild Soul today, which is a super cool one. It's got florals in, so I'm happy. I'm back in my comfort zone. I'll just turn it around for you. There we go, look how big that one is. So it's a really lovely stamp. If you haven't got this stamp and you would like the stamp, all you need to do is go to www.stampsbyme.co.uk, and there is a little search engine on the left hand side, and if you pop FBL, Facebook Live, into that little place there, it will take you to all the products that we've launched new. I have popped some new things on there again today, some different goodies and things like that. So do have a nosy. The website is a nice place to be also. We have a fabulous gallery. We have video gallery too, so you can go and check out the inspiration on there. Grab a cup of tea and do that too. We are super proud of our website. There's lots of inspiration on there and lots more to come. So as always though, you do not need the products. You don't have to buy the products. We like you to buy our products if there's something that you really love, but please don't switch off because you don't have the products. You will have something in your stash that will be able to different image or a different medium or something like that. So I hope you're all well. Are we all okay? Have we all got a cup of tea? Oh, Andrea, Gossip Sparkle pens have been damaged from TV. Oh, I don't think we've got any either, sweetheart. You can drop us a message if you want to and I'll have a look for you, but I cannot promise on that one. Coffee. Okay, let's craft. So I have 2 cards to make today because I'm going to make yesterday's as well. And just a little bit of information for you. I've got a little bit of news. So tomorrow over on Create and Craft, Carla is live with a fabulous Imala new collection, and she's on at 2:15. for 2:45 back-to-back shows. Now I know a lot of you do like Imala and the sort of size that they are and the sort of background you can create with them. Carly is super talented and will show you how to get the most out of the fabulous Imala stamp. So if you are, yay, Tina Smith, yes, Imala. Yeah, she's back. She's not shielding anymore now. She's back. She's ready to go. So she's on tomorrow at 2:15. So again, she is a very inspirational demonstrator, so I would encourage you to just go, and if you don't like the stamps, that's okay. You may pick up some inspiration for the stamps you do like. And then tomorrow is Thursday in here. So what fabulous day. Tomorrow here at 1 o'clock, Claire's back. Yay! because obviously Claire went straight into lockdown because of health issues with family and things. So Claire's back, 1 o'clock tomorrow, right here in my chair, no competition, 1 o'clock. Then you've got Carly at 2:15 for 2 45-minute shows, and you've got me at 3 o'clock. However, I do encourage you to stay with Carly because you can watch mine later, but it's entirely up to you. There is no competition. We are all in this together, so you can watch who you think you might like, who's your preferred style, and then just enjoy the day. It's going to be a fab day tomorrow. Lots and lots of inspiration. And I know Claire is super excited to see you all. She really, really is. She's got so much to show you, so much to tell you. It's like she dropped off the face of the earth. But anyway, she's back. She's back. What a day, yeah. So, hi Shirley, sweetheart. It looks like people have been playing with their stamps already. Right, so we just need to put them down while I just do this little demo and then go back to them. I've got no stories today, albeit you've all said you loved me little duckling story yesterday. That's the only story I've. My life is pretty boring. I just craft. So let's craft. In today's studio, we are using the lovely Wild Soul stamp. It's a big one. So if you haven't got this one, you need something that's going to have some foliage in or maybe some flowers to create this lovely card. And the only thing that I'm going to use today that's brand new is the new Distress Ink Speckled Egg. Has anybody else got this one? I haven't tried it. I have no idea what it's going to be like, but I just couldn't wait to tear the seal off and use it, because as you all know, I'm quite precious about ink and paints and things like that. So I'm going to give this one a shot today. If you don't have this one, I did look at the colours before I came into studio, and there are some very similar colours in the Distress Ink collection, albeit it's not this one, but there is some very similar ones like Stormy Sky, Broken China, not Broken China. There are a few that are very similar, so if you are wanting to create the card that I'm creating today and make it very similar, check out his other colours, because you might have one of his colours in your stash already. Let's go. So first of all, I'm going to have a piece of watercolour card here, and I'm using the smooth side on this occasion. Can we see that there? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the whole piece of this card with the ink pad. I really want to see what it's actually like. I've seen all the media about it and the hype and things like that. And to be honest with you, I absolutely love my Distress Inks. I've got a handful of the big ones and lots of the little ones, but I don't buy all the collection, if that makes sense. I buy the colours that I love, because I don't use a lot of them and I hate waste. So I'm really excited to see this one, Speckled Egg. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the ink pad straight to this watercolour card, and I'm just going to cover the whole of this watercolour card. Let's have a look what it looks like, eh? It's actually quite a lovely colour. It's like a distressed woody colour. Oh, a speckled egg. Well done, Tim, with the names, as always. So there we go. Just make sure I get that piece in the centre there. So let's have a look. Obviously, it's going to dry a little bit lighter, but yeah, I really, really like that colour. I think, yeah, it is like a muted colour. It's very, very pretty. So let's just dry this one off. Yeah, Shirley, I really like this one. I didn't actually buy the last ones that he launched. I think it was some purpley ones and some pinky ones, because I have a lot of purple and pink in my Generation collection, and I already had a few pinks and purples in the range, and I thought, you know, I'm just going to try and be good, and I didn't get them. But when I see a colour what I think, oh, I haven't got anything like that one, then you've got to get it, haven't you? There we go, so that's nice and dry. So let's move on to the nice stamping side of things. So I'm just going to grab my Eureka here. And I'm just going to stamp this beautiful sort of floral bannery type, because it's obviously like this bold stamp at the bottom here. And I'm just going to stamp it straight across the bottom here. Let me just check my list, make sure I've got nothing else to tell you about. Right, okay, so the lamination stamps, I've been through them and we have got some left. I've loaded them back on. I don't have lots, but if you are waiting for the sentiments or if you are waiting for a specific stamp, go and have a look. Because what we have, I have actually loaded back on. There we go. So we're going to use a black ink pad. So we're just going to get the detail of the stamp onto our lovely new coloured background. Again, if you're wanting to stamp onto a coloured background and you don't have the ink pads, just stamp onto some coloured card if you want to. However, the technique that I'm going to do today does require you to have the ink on the background, because I'm just going to show you a little technique that I absolutely love doing. We've done it a few times now. So you do need some ink, if you can, but probably all of you have got ink in your stash. So this card, I'll measure it for you, no problem, just a second, because I just randomly cut it. I'm just going to go back in and pick up, get it just a little bit darker. Yes, I've got a few requests for gouache and acrylic, and the pastels as well. So, of course, yep, just stay tuned. I will try and get them in as soon as I can. There we go, so you can see how pretty that one is already. So let's just dry this one off. There we go, so let's take this out of here for now. Let's just take the stamp off the door for a second, because I am going to be using one of those fabulous large sentiments that come in the same set. So what we're going to do, I just work on the top of my Eureka, is you're just going to get some water, some clean, clear water, and I'm just going to grab a paintbrush. So just clean, clear water, no colour or anything like that, and I'm just going to wet inside those flowers. And because the ink underneath is water-based, I'm going to try and bleach it back out. So basically, I don't want it to be white though, I just want it to be lighter. So I'm just popping some water into that flower head there. Just clean, clear water, no colour. Okay. So, and the colour's already started to move around a little bit. And then just give it a second to drink up some of that lovely ink, and then you just grab a tissue or a piece of cloth or something, and when you pop it on, it should lift the colour a little bit. Oh, it's lifted it a little bit. I'm going to keep going though. And hopefully I'll be able to get it to lift a little bit more. And this gives you like a, I think it's called a faux bleach effect, I think. Hopefully we can get it to lift a little bit better than that, because it really does look lovely if you can get that ink to lift. So I'm just going to leave that wet for a second. Let's move on to one of the larger areas and see how we get on with this one. So all over this lovely tulip head here. Thank you, Nathan. It is lifting. Can we see it is lifting? Hopefully I can get it to lift a little bit more. Can we see there how you're getting the two-tone? So what I'm doing is, it's not lifting very well, but I'm going to try and tease it into just lifting a little bit better, and I'm just rubbing it with my brush to try and just tease it a little bit better. And as always with the lovely Ranger ink, some colours lift a little bit easier than others, but it is lifting and I have got the patience, so it's okay. So just give that a second to work its magic. It is showing, isn't it? I can't see very well with the lights, but it is showing. Can see the difference. Brilliant. Thank you, Roseanne. There we go. You can see the difference. So let's just do this a few other areas. See if we can just get it to lift. And I'm just circular motion, just trying to coax that colour into just lifting a little bit more if I'd have just put the water on. I'm not going to do it all, just some of the areas. It's actually lifting it. It's getting actually lighter as I leave it, which is nice. It's drying lighter, which is nice. So I'll keep going. Let's see where else we can go, maybe in here. Sorry, I'm absolutely enjoying myself there. I forgot where I was for a second. Yeah, it's a fabulous technique. It is really a lovely technique. And it isn't one I've invented, not by all means. I don't invent very many techniques. They're just ones that people just share, which is nice. So let's try it with my heat gun and let's see if it dries back a little bit lighter. There we go. I'm so pleased it's worked. So now you can absolutely see where I've taken that colour out, which is brilliant. I'll just pick it up so I don't melt the lid of my Eureka. Can you see there? Really, really lovely. Right, so let's pop our sentiment on here. So absolutely super easy card, ladies and gents. Just get that colour laid down with an ink pad. And then just bleach the colour back out of the areas where you want to take it out. So I'm not going to be super fancy with this one. Our next card is a little bit fancy, I have to say, but I'm not going to be super fancy with this one. Now what I would probably do as well, where we've lifted the colour out, is I'm going to do clear sparkle on that one. So where we've bleached the colour back out, we could add our sparkle pen. So don't think that that stamp has misstamped here. Can we see here? It hasn't misstamped. It's meant to be like that. It's the style of the font because it's a bit wild. There we go. So I'll just dry this one too. I'm just going to grab my sparkle pen and we'll just add some sparkle to the ones that we've bleached out, and then I'll hold it up and hopefully Nath will be able to catch the lovely sparkle in there for you. Just get this to come through. So very, very quickly. And because we've used our ink that doesn't bleed, it's permanent with water, we really are good to go. So let me just see if we can hold this up and see if you'll be able to get that one there. See if it'll show. Has it caught it? Has it caught it? Somebody let me know. Thank you. I can't see it. I'm surrounded by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 humongous lights. So I think that's why my eyes suffer a little bit too. And it's so funny because when I watch my videos back, I have to like think, oh my gosh, stop squinting. It's like Tim says, you've got 9 lights around you. But I look like I'm frustrated all the time. So let's get this lovely piece onto here and get it matted. Now, as I always say, always mount your cards, even if you're not fully in love with them, mount them, because it's not until you mounted them you get a true sense of what the card is going to look like. Looking at that now, it's a piece of watercolour card with a little stamp on. That's it, isn't it? Pretty boring. But as soon as we start to mount things, you know, and give them dimension and depth, they look really, really good. So let's just... So I'm going with craft with this one because I felt like the colour... I'll just turn this one over. I felt like the colour would really bounce on the craft. There we go, can we see that there? And then let's just grab some pads. This would look really fab with some sequins on, and I will pop some sequins on for the photo, but I've got another fabulous card to do. So these are just some foam pads I have in my stash. Okay, so I'll tell you the full size card when I've stuck it on if you want, if that helps, and then you'll be able to. So let's measure the card. So it's 8.5 tall by 8. Sorry, hang on. That's my, no, ignore me guys. 8.5 by 6.5. 8.5 by 6.5. Like so. So I will pop some lovely sequins around there too, but I'll just hold that one up so just while we tidy up so you can see where we're going. So really, really simplistic, but it does actually look like a piece of coloured card, doesn't it actually? Albeit you would probably know due to the texture in the card that it's watercolour card. But yeah, gents cards. I'm doing really well with gents cards of late, aren't I? So let's set this one aside and let's move on to the next card. So this time we're going to use black Distress Oxide. We're going to use gold embossing powder, so you're going to need a sticky ink pad. And we're going to use our anti-static bag. So I've got a little thing going on here, and you're going to need some red pens. Okay, these are alcohol-based pens, but any pens will do. We're not doing a specific technique with them. So I have a piece of red cardstock. So let's bring in our Eureka. Let's move all this over, push. There we go. So this time we're going to heat emboss the image. So what I'll do first is I'm just going to use my anti-static bag because I don't like all the ugly flecks. So I'm just anti-static all over. So they don't really behave differently, it's just that in appearance they are different. So the super smooth side gives you a soft finish, and the texture on the background gives you more of a realistic watercolour like. You know, artists when they paint landscapes, you can see the texture in the card, so it's down to preference. I'd try both, see which you work with easier. I don't have a favourite, I use both, but some people will tell you they always use the smooth, and some people will say I love the texture. So it's personal preference really, but they're not different to work with, it's the appearance at the end. Right, okay, so we've anti-static that piece of card there, and now I'm just going to pop it on the base of our card here. Pop that up there like so. And we're just going to use our sticky ink pad this time. So there is a couple of things I want to tell you about whilst we're just doing this, because I have a list along as my arm, but I don't like to do it all at the beginning because we'll never get any crafting done. So I've had a couple of emails for the club members about the goodie bags that we do every year. Now we are super late with them, but it has been a different set of circumstances, hasn't it, given what we have been going through and what we are still going through. So they are coming, I'm on with it as we speak, and I'm sorry they're really late, because I've had 2 more messages this morning, you see, as well about it. I am on with it, it's not been forgotten, and as soon as I've decided what I'm doing with them, I will let you all know. So I hope this is okay. And what I'm going to do as well also this year is learning from next year. As you all know, I love to improve, make things better. So last year what happened was a lot of you who are strong Stamps by Me followers, which is fabulous, had duplicates in your bags, but obviously because of the price you paid and you'd got a couple of things that you didn't have, etc, everything was okay. But then I was thinking, well, what are you going to do with those duplicates? Do you all sell on eBay? Do you all have friends you can, you know, send them to? Probably not, you know, and then you end up with doubles at home. So what I'm going to do this year, I'm just going to grab a piece of card while I'm talking, is once they have been sent, I'm going to offer the opportunity on our Eureka fan page for 5 days for you to be able to post a picture of something you have a double up and swap with a friend, sell to a friend, or anything, any SBM products you have in your stash that you've got a double of, or you're happy, or you're not using anymore, or anything really. I will give you 5 days to sell it, swapsies, post pictures. All I will say to you is, if you do get involved in this, which is great if you do, and you do have all those things, I cannot be part of it. So if something happens or something gets lost in the post, it's not something that Stamps by Me will get involved with to deal with. I hope that's okay, but I think it's a great opportunity for you. So some people have doubles, some people bought a stamp and have never used it, and somebody else was waiting for it. So I'm allocating 5 days in the Eureka fan page for you to either sell, swap, change between you amongst yourselves. I hope that's okay. Only 5 days though, because it becomes a little bit of a nightmare when you try and sell things in groups, and that's why Karen from our design team manages it all, because it's really difficult to manage. You can bear in mind that the design team work, they all have jobs, and managing it becomes difficult. But for 5 days, and I'll let you know when it starts and when it's going to end, and then you can pop on there anything you've bought and changed your mind about and you've not had an opportunity to send back, return, for 5 days. So clear down some of your stash, because you never know, the person next door might be waiting for that lovely stamp you've got in your stash that you're looking at and not bothered about. There we go. So let's heat set this one. So this is just some lovely red cardstock. I'm going to heat set this. And I've got my gun hot. And as soon as the powder starts to change, I'm just going to chase that powder. Show you this one here. Can you see how pretty that is? There we go. How do you join? Basically, if you just type the Eureka fan page into Google, it'll come up, and then you just ask to join, and one of the design team members will accept you into the fabulous group, and then you'll be able to see all the lovely makes and things like that. It's a lovely place to be. And if I wasn't on social media, the only social media platform I would be on would be Facebook, for the lovely groups that are out there for the inspiration. So that's that. Let's do the lovely big sentiment too. Now you're probably thinking, why didn't you do that at the same time as your image? That's because I was talking. Do you think I can multitask? I actually can. I'm quite good at multitasking. So, no, I'm not. I'm going to leave it, and I might pop it on a panel. But let's just do the technique on here first, okay? So let's just take this out of here. Set this aside. Just get my scrap paper. So the goodie bag basically is something we've done for about 2 years, and you have to be a club member. It's on our website, and if you are a club member already, you also get other great things too. So you'll be able to get the discounts and things on our website. So every time you pop a Stamps by Me product on the website, you'll either see it's either 50p, it can be sometimes £1, it can be sometimes a little bit more on each product. So you get your money back quite quickly if you are a Stamps by Me follower. You also get opportunity to get involved in 2 sales a year, because we don't put anything in a sale other than those 2 sales, and they are predominantly for our club members who followed us repeatedly, and the discounts are tremendous. We don't put a sale on because we want to make money. We don't need to. We have our lovely friends that support us, and that's enough. But we do like to put the sales on for people whose budget didn't quite stretch at maybe a launch on Create and Craft or something like that. So you get put into those 2. And then you get the opportunity for goodie bags. So basically the goodie bag is, if you are a club member, I can't remember exactly, but it's about £120 products for £30 or something like that if you are a club member. I do 3 for Stamps by Me. This year we're going to do a couple for Stamps by Me. We're going to do a Pretty Penny one, we're going to do an Imala one, and we're going to do a Thirsty Brush one as well. So depending on what brand you follow, you can buy a goodie bag. And if you're not in the club, it will still be reduced a little bit, but if you are in the club, you save about at least £80 on products, at least. And that's why we're saying about the double up. If you get a bag and it's got something in there you've already got, I have popped the opportunity for 5 days to do some swapsies with your friends. Because last year a lot of people did say, I got this one, does anybody want it? And it was all going crazy over on the Eureka fan page. So I'm allocating 5 days this year so we can monitor it and make sure everybody's okay. It's definitely worth joining the club. I am not here to hard sell. I don't hard sell. It's £10, and it just gives you the opportunity to get something back, because if you are a Stamps by Me follower, you get it all back and more, way more. The Stamps by Me club is more for us, for our to understand how many people actually follow us and love us more than anything, if that makes any sense at all, which is nice. So there we go. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my Distress Oxide. Not doing much crafting today, I'm doing too much talking. Stop asking me questions. What's the gold embossing? Or are we having another, what size is the box? Yes, we are. So the gold embossing is Claire's. She's in tomorrow, but these are available on the website. They're in FBL and it's her gold digger collection. So there's a gold, a silver, and I think it might be black or ballet slipper, I'm not quite sure. But they're all on the website, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push this completely back with the Distress Oxide in black. So I'm just going to pick up some of this lovely ink here, just going to pop it on my mat. So I'm going to make this a very smoky card. So let's get this black on here. And I'm not going to do all of the card. I'm just going to make it very atmospheric, should we say. You would never normally put black on red, yes, we know. But it's time to try different things. If you have sweaty paws and you get marks on there, use your lid of your distressing and rather than have your finger on your artwork, use the lid of your distress inks. That stops it all a little bit. So I'm just going to soften this in the centre here. Like so. I don't think it looks really dark on camera, doesn't it? But it does look really, really lovely. So here's where the fun begins. So I've got some red alcohol markers here. So I thought let's just have a look here. If we coloured the colour back in on the flowers. So I'm just trying this flower first. I'm just colouring in back in. And this is going to make the flowers pop. Hopefully, can we see that there? So that red flower there is popping from that page. That's not quite dark enough or bright enough, so I'm going to use a different red. Try this one. I think that might be a little bit better, but they always dry back lighter, as you know. So we'll see what happens with that one. Have to be very careful with your alcohol markers on your embossing powder too, because it's alcohol based, it will stain your embossing powder. So try, it doesn't matter if you get a little bit on, but just try and avoid it if you can. So can we see that there? The two colours are popping there. So let's do this one here. I'm just going to mix it up and try and use a different colour red as well. So I'm not being over precious about it. Just where there's large areas, I'm going in with my pen. And it's starting to come to life. It's absolutely looking amazing now. At first I thought, oh dear, which is what often happens. But then right at the last minute it comes together, which is great. So I'm just going into those lovely little areas where I'm able to get in and not make a mess of my embossing powder. Just going to go back in with this bright one again. Yep, that's fine. We'll leave that as is. So I'll just hold it up at the front first just to show you. So see if we can get a better... Is it picking it up? Can you see the red in the card? I think you can. I think we can. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to grab my white gel pen here. I'm just going to add some little spots of white. Can we see here? Just to break up that big area. I am going to do the sentiment though. So, and again, this will dry back light if you pop it on and it's a little bit harsh. So let me just dry this one off. And then what we're going to do is I'm just going to make it a little bit darker around the edge at the top because I want it to be quite dark, so we've got like a little bit of a gradient. So I'm not going to go too far in though with this one. So we've got like the tone of red in gradation sort of look. It's actually looking darker on camera than it is. It's not gaudy at all. Because I can't see if you can see what I can see, but and then what we need to do then is we need to brush, we need to get our lovely tissue and we need to bring that gold embossing back to life. So I'm just using my tissue here and I'm just brushing it, and can we see how the gold's come back? There we go. I lost my gold, but because I've done that brush, we've brought it back. Just hold it up now, see if you can see the difference. So it's brought it back there a little bit, can we see that there? So let's get this onto our card. So okay, in the goodie bag, sweetheart, what I do is I'll probably do, to be honest with you, I don't exactly know what I'm doing, but if we say we go like we did last year, we do 3 goodie bags with 3, there'll be no crossover. And we had to do 3 last year because the first one sold out so quickly, like half the club members were disappointed. So there'll be 3 Stamps by Me goodie bags, all different, so they'll consist of stamps and dies in, to the value of about £120 or something like that. I'll give you the exact amount when I have figured out what I'm popping in them. There is sometimes some goodies in there that you've never actually seen, and then there'll be a Thirsty Brush one. I've spoken to Claire, and that'll have a mix of stamps, dies, maybe stencils, and then Pretty Penny it'll be dies, and Imala it'll be stamps. Okay, so let's pop this one onto our card. And it is literally a case of when they're gone, they're gone. It's not, they're not a never-ending one, unfortunately. So let's get some nice chunky pads behind this one. Like so, and then let's do our lovely sentiment. So I'm just going to grab a piece of black here and I'm going to heat emboss this sentiment separate. So let's go, because we use the small one on the other one, we'll use the big one on this one, so you can see both, and we'll do it on the black. So anti-static, because we're using our heat embossing, sticky ink pad. So if you're wanting to join the club, all you need to do is type Stamp Club or Club into our search engine, and it'll take you to the link there. It'll come through to us. We will activate you and send you an email to say you've been activated, or it'll probably get activated straight away, and you'll be able to just keep logging in and waiting for your discount to come. So then you'll be able to take the benefits of the club sale and things like that. So let's pop some gold on here. So you get the lovely sketch feel there. I'll show you when it's heat set because it's a little bit clearer. Right, so I'm just going to pop to the guillotine and cut this one down. It won't be a second. Try and get it as small as I can because it's nearly as big as my card. Here we go, all cut down. Can we see that there? There we go. Oh, Marilyn, well done, sweetheart. She's just joined Facebook and she's joined the Eureka fan page. Welcome to the family, sweetheart. Everybody will be talking to you today now. You're not going to get any washing or ironing done or anything. That's it. That's it. You're in trouble now. Yeah, you can. Let me just see, just double check that. Yeah, so you can buy all of the goodie bags, but you can't buy the same goodie bag twice. So if I've got them named 1, 2 and 3, you can't buy 2 of one and 2 of 2 and 1 of, you can only have 1 of each. However, I appreciate people do buy for friends and say, oh, Stamps by Me's got the goodie bags on, do you want me to get you one? I appreciate that, but if you could just let us know ahead of time and then we'll authorise it through. It's just that we can't afford, it's already short, if that makes sense, and all club members, some are not on that day when we launch them and end up missing out, and so we can't afford to let people have more than 1. And to be fair, I don't really think you need more than 1 if you've got the products in there. You can't really use 2 at the same time. So no, all 3 bags will be different, Pauline, so it's potluck basically. So if 1, 2 or 3, okay. So, or you can buy 1, 2 and 3, or you can buy 1. It's entirely up to you. So let's pop some pads behind this one. Now let's have a think about this. I think this sentiment is a little bit big for this one. I'm gonna lose half of my image, guys, trying to use it. Can't see a thing. Nope. I just wanted to show you, because we'd used the other one, what the other one looked like. You can see it there. I'm not going to pop it on. It's too big. It's gonna overwhelm my card. I'm going to leave that one off. But at least you got to see how gorgeous it is, basically. Too big, yep, I agree. Let's step that aside. So let's just show you the 2 cards that we've made in today's show. And I will pop a sentiment on for the picture, a different one, maybe the smaller one. Maybe we'll use the big one tomorrow. So that's the one with the new, and I hope that I'll turn this on an angle, there we go. So you can see. It's quite a moody one, is this one. It's really, this is my favourite, the red one. But I do love my new colour too. So there we go. We will use them in a different format tomorrow. I just wanted to try out those new colours today. So I hope you've enjoyed that one. Too much talking today, guys. I don't like talking. I do like to talk. I'm a nightmare. But I did have a few things to explain to you all, i.e. TV and things like that. So tomorrow, Claire is here at 1, then you've got me, Carly's over on Create and Craft, a fun-packed day of total inspiration from all three of us. And everybody's different, we all have our own style, and as you guys do at home, so cherry pick and get some inspiration, and then show us all your makes in the Eureka fan page. Can't wait to see what you're all going to do. And don't forget, I'd like to see your makes for the new lamination stamps as well, because I know a lot of you have bought those too. So I will see you all tomorrow at 3 o'clock, but Claire's here at 1, don't forget. And don't forget to pop a comment over on YouTube. That would be appreciated. Have a lovely afternoon stroke evening, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye.